Especially like it'd be one thing to go like in country, like back-to-back regionals in country is one thing, right? Especially if it's on the same coast. If you go East Coast to East Coast, West Coast to West Coast, whatever. But when you're going Vegas to Brazil, like that's a whole different beast. Okay, here we go. Ojvind with the thick Mander there, the 80 HP Charmander, but he's fast. He's got mobility. Gimme Ghoul. Soul Rock start here from Drew. Pretty weak start here from Drew, though, it looks like. Yeah, immediately bench and pass over to Ojvind. Ojvind here's got the Poffin, got the Arvin, got the Artisan, got the Briar. Honestly, this hand here from Ojvind is looking pretty good. Has Candy Pidgeot in the hand. Going through with the prize check here. They did show the prize cards. I just wasn't paying attention. So let's go back and take a look at those. One of each rock for Drew. Whatever is playing Lightning Energy, so is playing the Lavencias. It's playing Duskull, so it's still playing the Dusknoir. As it goes, of course. One Charmander prized. Yeah, we could just see Tatsu getting lined up. Yo, the fast Mander is kind of cool, though. Kind of quick. Was it free retreat if it has no energy, or is it free retreat if it has an energy? I actually forget which one it is. Over in second Poffin, and then gonna run into the Tatsu. I assume. Get the Duskull, get the Charmander. Lone Pidgey on the bench. This could get picked off here by Drew. You hate to see the Pidgey go, but no backup Pidgey here from Ojvind. Hold on, we're not done yet. Hold on, there's more. Artisan. Oh, there's also there's a Team Evo in hand, but I don't think there's an energy here for Ojvind. So not gonna get off the Team Evo here. Chunky Mander not being able to be searched with Buddy Poffin, which is correct to play. I mean, I don't hate the split here from Ojvind, having the split here. 270s, 180. You have Ultra Balls and Arzons to find the 80. These are your odds of having a more mobile starter to get into something like the Tatsu, and then have a thicker one to like protect against like Dragapult. Poffin top deck there from Drew. And then has the Artisan to work with as well to get the Soul Rock out here. So bench is going to be fully loaded with options. And that with Soul Rock in the active here, Drew can just go for Soul Rock knockout on the Tatsugiri here. I feel like if you play the tank Mander, it's the fourth Mander, 380-70s in a tank. I don't think ever playing four Manders. Four Manders, I feel like is pretty bad. There's like, not bad, but it's like unnecessary. You could do it, but it just feels like it just feels overkill. I think a Night Treacher would be better than the fourth Mander every time. Yeah, it's like it's a mix of like the flex of the mobility and then the tankiness against Dragapult specifically. Is there anything besides Dragapult that the extra HP matters against? Team Devo maybe up against a Guard 4 deck? You candy that one out. It's bad if you need 2 off a Poffin and you prize one. I mean, yeah, I agree with you. That's like the trade-off, right? That's the trade-off. Like being able to like if you open like Pidgey or that like opening that Charmander means you can without having to attach energy you can get into Tatsugiri, you can get into Pidgey and use Call for Family. Like so that like there's that value exists, right? That value is there. Even retreating turn 1 into Chi Yu to push it to not give a Soul Rock as easy of a KO, like I don't know. Value exists, but it might not be worth the trade-off. Yeah, survives the rock, of course, yeah. They need the vitality band. Yeah, there is a trade-off, right? There's a trade-off. Can't Poffin for it. Which is a pretty big deal. Not being able to Poffin for one of your main attacker's basic Pokemon. Pretty big difference. All right. Lunar Cycle. Fresh 3 on the way. We'll probably see Drew try and play this as a one-prize board early on here. Ooh, Vessel Away, Gimme Ghoul. Committing to the triple Gimme. We'll probably see the Soul Rock KO on the active. The only thing about this play, though, is now if Ojvind goes after a Gimme Ghoul, I mean, it's probably still fine, though, right? It's probably not that big of a deal. Also playing the Call for Family Gimme Ghoul here from Drew. Seems like everyone's made their way to the Call for Family Gimme Ghouls. Pretty good. Does have... Oh, wait, we have Boss. Have we played a supporter yet, actually? From Drew here? Can we Boss KO Pidgey? Or I guess Boss KO Duskull is also a possibility, right? I actually don't know which one of those two is actually better. Okay, well, if we've already played a supporter here, then we obviously can't Boss. Looks like Drew doesn't know either. It's definitely the Pidgey or the Duskull, though. You're never going after a Charmander here. Yeah, you're never going after Charmander here. What am I saying? Goes for the Duskull. Okay. Is more scared of the ghost potential. Tatsu push back to the active here from Ojvind. I think Ojvind has a lot of supporters in hand, but I don't think any of them are good. Top deck is Fire Energy, so we're living off the Tatsu here. And if we whiff, we could always Turo it. Starts with the Artisan use here. Duskull number 2, I think, is prized here for Ojvind. Yeah, Duskull and a Charmander prize. So you could get a Pidgey here, or you could just leave the bench space open. And honestly, I guess you're always leaving the bench space open for Fez, right? Like, you're never actually grabbing anything here. Oh, we're actually going to go for the Pidgey. Interesting. Maybe we just want to avoid Fez that much. We do have TM Evo in hand here for Ojvind, so we can TM Evo this turn. I'm sure we're going to look for a supporter as well off the Tatsugiri. So we're just going to give up on the potential of Fez. I guess that probably makes sense, though. All right, well, Tatsu help us out this time. Arven and Iono are some options. I mean, it's hard to argue against the Arven for Candy Pidgeot, right? Unless we're scared of Pidgeot immediately getting Gust KO'd here. Goes for the Iono. The Duskull's in the discard pile. Sharpedo? Nah, no Sharpedos. I don't mind Iono Team Evo. Yeah, I don't mind it too much either, to be honest. Well, but the thing is, like, I almost want to save the Iono for later, though, as well. Is it going to be just Team Evo, no Iono? I almost like that more, to be honest. Like, I'm okay with not candying Pidgeot into play, I guess. But then we should probably just Team Evo, right? And that's it. Yeah. Because we have Pidgeot in hand. Like, using Iono aggressively... I haven't played any of this matchup. Is it not cooked if Drew gets to 4 to 6 on a one prize board? Well, no, but then Ojvind's going to hit him with the Iono. Oh, but I guess now can Drew just evolve all the Golden Goes and go knockout? I guess you could here as Drew, right? This is like a... Yeah, I guess... I mean, it's where you want to be as Drew, I guess, is probably the argument, right? So, like, from Drew here, we're probably going to see... You probably just go all out now, right? You get the knockout on the active, plus you evolve everything to Golden Goes. But if you do wait here as Drew, then you just get Iono and you could be in trouble. Oh, I wonder if Drew is aware of the lack of Maximum Belt in Ojvind's list as well. Because then you... oh, but the Chi-Yu could get the KO. Yeah, you're afraid of Chi-Yu KO in Golden Go, I guess. The answer is no. As both Golden Goes get committed here from Drew. Pretty good draw. No Genesect necessary. Just in case we needed it. Oh, Drew is putting the 2 prizer in the active here. We're gonna go for a boss KO here. Right, there's no way we're KOing the active after doing this. I mean, that'd be crazy, right? That'd be kind of wild. Chasing the bird. Oh, I guess it does seem pretty good here, right? Definitely would have been able to KO, I think, the... This does feed Ojvind the Chi-Yu KO, and then from there, Drew would need Gust 2 Prizer, Gust 2 Prizer. And this means Ojvind doesn't need a Gust for the Chi-Yu to get a 2 prize knockout. Like, Drew's gonna go KO Odo, go down to 4, and then Ojvind's gonna go Chi-Yu knockout for 2. And if Drew doesn't get 2, then I feel like you're feeling pretty good here as Ojvind, right? There it is. All lined up. Oh, we're going after the Chi-Yu, actually. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this makes more sense to me, actually. Wait, but... No, okay. This play I like more, for sure. I thought we were going to go after the Odo here, but I like this play more. For sure. But Ojvind's not that far away from just getting the Chi-Yu back and attacking with it, right? Like... It's very possible Ojvind still sets up the Chi-Yu and knocks out the active here. This play seems really bad when we use 2 boss and need 2 boss twice. I mean, I guess the play here from Drew is to hope that Ojvind doesn't have it, right? This is the hope that Ojvind does not have the second Chi-Yu. And we are bumping the Artisan. Wait, are we bumping the Artisan? We should definitely be bumping Artisan here. Not bumping the Artisan would be terrible. You have to bump Artisan here. That makes a massive difference in whether or not the Chi-Yu gets recovered. All right, there's the knockout. That is true, though. That is fair. If the Chi-Yu attack happens here from Ojvind. Candy in hand. There's I think we should go Pidgeot into Iono, right? Yep, into the Iono. We're looking for Super Rod, Charizard, and Ultra Ball. Where's Ojvind's A-Spec? Secret Box. I believe Ojvind's second stadium is prize, though, so Secret Box won't be able to pull everything together here. Charizard. Super Rod, that's it. That's the combo. And now for Drew to get back into the prize exchange. Yeah, now for Drew to get back into the prize exchange, he needs band 2. Well, no, he would need band if he's not attacking with Charizard, or if he was attacking with Charizard, or attacking with Chi-Yu. Yeah, now for Drew to get back into the prize exchange, you need boss KO off the bench. Yeah, I do wonder, could Drew have just sat as a 1 prize board? Well, I don't know. It's like weird. Like if you sit as a 1 prize board for 1 more turn as Drew, maybe you could have, though, to be honest. Yeah, now the more I think about it, the more I feel like Drew could have chilled with just 3 Gimme Ghouls in the rocks, got Iono'd, and then recovered from there. I don't know. It's interesting. But if you go the Golden Go route like Drew did, maybe you should just go like Soul Rock KO the active anyways, though. Force the counter catcher out of Ojvind. Oh, is Ojvind going Charizard KO, Briar win? Okay. Ojvind's going for Charizard KO into Briar to win the game. I feel like this play... I don't know. I guess I'm less of a fan of this play because if Drew has boss KO Pidgeot, it'd be like really, really hard to set that play up. Right? Actually, even if Drew just KOs the Charizard, isn't that play really hard to set up? Like, I feel pulling off the 2-4 here from Ojvind is so difficult, but like just attacking with Chi-Yu is so easy. Like the only piece that Ojvind has in the hand is like, you have Candy Dusknoir, but you need Candy Dusknoir, Candy Charizard, and Briar. You need Charizard, Candy, Briar. I don't know. I feel like just attacking with Chi-Yu for turn just felt like better. I feel like the Chi-Yu play was more than enough for Drew because he forced Ojvind to have back-to-back boss KOs. That's so much. The only thing would be like if Ojvind I don't know 4 with rocks and it seemed bad if Drew kept his board on all 1 prizers. Yeah, it seemed like it would be okay. Why did we see Rod off? That was our play. Because we need the Duskull. The other Duskull's prized. I see take 4 next turn. If Drew takes a 2-prize knockout, Ojvind can go play Briar, Candy, Dusknoir, pop it on the Soul Rock, and then Charizard KO for 3 with the Briar. He has it guaranteed, no? No. As long as Drew KOs the active, it's definitely not guaranteed. Drew needs to take Pidgey to make the play harder. No, I think the KO in the Charizard is definitely better than KO in the Pidgey here. If you don't KO the Charizard, all Ojvind needs is Briar with Tatsugiri already set up on the board and Kenny Dusknoir. I feel like KOing the active makes it way harder. Yeah, KOing the active means +2 pieces, right? If you KO the Pidgeot, you don't have 1 pair of pieces guaranteed, but you need 2 less pieces to begin with. I'm in Pidgeot. No, I know what you mean. I still think it's better to KO Charizard, though, for sure. Wait, if Drew kills the active, he goes down to 1 after Dusknoir, or am I missing something? You just play the Briar first. You play Briar, and then you Dusknoir. Okay, Drew also needs to get the KO here. It's possible Drew whiffs, and if Drew whiffs, the game is just over. But I see the Earthen Vessel here. It's going to be +2. I see a Fighting Gong, and there's at least 1 superior in the hand. So we're definitely close. I sure this is a common leak where people are more inclined to find ways that they can win without the opponent interaction as opposed to making an opponent find something really difficult. Yeah, because this play from I know what you're saying there, Aban. Because this play from Ojvind, Drew can't beat it if it happens, but it feels unlikely to happen. Okay, Drew found the KO here. I feel like Drew misplayed with that Vessel use then, because we just drew into a fighting. We needed that fighting. Oh no, we had a Fighting Gong left. It would have been fine. Did Ojvind play Poffin when having a full bench last turn? No. I feel like not keeping the board on 1 prize was the throw. That way Ojvind would be at 5 right now, and Drew would have been on the same exact prizes. Yeah, it would have been definitely interesting to see how the game played out from there, for sure. Cycling once with the Rock. Throw Arvin, another Fighting Gong. I don't think there's any fighting energy left in the deck, though. We could definitely thin out Poffin here or something like that. Gets rid of a Gong and a Turo. Oh, Lavencia's in play as well. I forgot about Lavencia. How many Lightnings are in the discard pile? There might be a couple in there. Lavencia did stick. Running the Poffin and the Gong. Push 20 months there. Recoil. He's going for the boss on the Pidgeot. So I think KOing the Charizard is just better here, though. And discard 7, over discarding to have a little bit more in the discard pile to work with. Or 6, my bad. I guess he took 1 back. Sure. Dude, I feel like KOing the Zard is better. Oh, wait, no. Candy Pidgeot, Candy. Dude, I feel like KOing the... And actually, he might have whiffed. I feel like KOing the Zard is just higher, like... I don't know. Now Chiyu is cracked? No, he just wins now. Yeah, there it is. 4 prize turn from Ojvind. But I think it's a mistake from Drew. Should Drew just not KO the Zard there? If you KO the Zard, you force another Candy Zard out of... I mean, you keep the quick search. I don't know. Is the quick search really that high value? I feel like plus 2 pieces is higher value. Like plus KO and 2 more pieces. Like forcing Ojvind to have Candy Charizard next turn, I feel just feels like it makes Ojvind work harder to get the win. All right, game 2. We'll see if Drew approaches this any different going to this one. I'm gonna run an ad real fast so it doesn't pop up during the match. He had it either way because he had candies in hand, yeah? No, he didn't have it. He would have had to have hit a piece off. He would have to get heads on Mezagoza, Tatsugiri into Briar. He actually did it even with quick search. With quick search, he needed one of those things to resolve. Because if he quick searches for Charizard, he can't quick search for Briar. So he'd have to get heads on Mezagoza to get the Zard, or Tatsugiri would have to find the Briar. Okay, what the fuck? How many of those pieces did Ojvind already have? Ojvind had Candy Dusknoir. Going into drawing his prize cards there. But then I think he got Pidgeot or Candy off the prize cards plus top deck. And then was able to just quick search for. So one of them came off the prize cards, one of them came off the top deck. Going into taking, exiting his turn with his attack, he had Candy Dusknoir in hand. No Briar, no second Candy, no Pidgeot. All right. Fez start there for Ojvind. And honestly, it's looking pretty weak if there's not a good top deck. Secret box prize here for Ojvind. For Drew, nothing too crazy. Also a Charmander prize again. It is Fez pass here from Ojvind. And no Arvin for Poffin or anything like that. So it's going to have to be a Lily next turn and hope to find some basics. Only 29 minutes left. So we definitely want to see a little bit of haste from both players here. Play for the possibility of a game 3. A tie isn't terrible, though. I will say that. A tie at this point for both players. You can take a tie and have that be useful to actually making asymmetrical cut. X2-1 should be the record for cut, so... tie wouldn't be the end of the world. But I'm sure, especially on Ojvind's side, I feel like this matchup is favored for Ojvind. So I think you're not trying to, like, give up a favorable matchup without it concluding. You're trying to reach for the conclusion here. In terms of, like, getting a game 3. Like, you want to have a decent amount of time for game 3 here as Ojvind, for sure. Briar only works when your opponent's at exactly 2 prizes? No, you can only play it when your opponent is at 2 prize cards. So you can play it at 2, and then they can go to less, and it's still already activated. Briar can only be played at 2 prize cards. Once a card is played, the card is played. Reach the 4 months there, GG. You realize Briar could work still after before using Dusknoir? Yeah. The limiting factor is when you can play the card. The card can be played when your opponent has 2 prize cards remaining. Patch active and then minor end running. Does Drew play Lana's Aid? Looks like just Lavencia. Attach to Fez and goes with... Where's Jake Gearhart? Is it correct to Iono here? Or is Lily better? Oh, I guess maybe you want to disrupt Drew's hand, though. So there's some value with disruption here. Where's the chart? If we're trying to maximize new cards, what's better there, Iono or Lily? No Poffin. Ooh, no Poffin. Ooh, okay. Half a Poffin. And a Poffin. Okay. No TM Evo, though, so it's still not great, to be honest. That is still, like, very... That hand is actually still pretty mediocre. We almost, like, need to retreat into Tatsu, let Tatsu die, and then Fez... Get the Fez draw off that. Lily is better for new cards than opening hand, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it depends how many cards are in your hand, right? Early game is Lily? Well, no, it depends how many cards you have in your hand. On average, it is, for sure, but... On turn 1, if your opponent mulliganed enough, it's better to play Iono than Lily. I assume Lily would see more new cards there, but there is still value in playing the Iono, which I assume Ojvind played Iono with the idea of trying to disrupt Drew's hand specifically. And if any of the cards in your hand work in the new hand plus other cards, true, that's also a factor. Well, I mean, that's still just kind of tied into potential for... Oh, no, that is a factor. That is a factor, yeah. You're right, because even if you're seeing less new cards, the old cards you might want to see again anyways, right? True. This is the first round of phase 2, yeah. Yep, there's a retreat into the Tatsu. There's an Iono. Ojvind probably only plays 2 Iono. This might be the last... That's the only supporter Ojvind has here. This might be the last hand disruption supporter here from Ojvind. And we do see the double Charmander being benched as well, so not even going for a Pidgey there. Valuing the higher odds of just getting to a Charizard on the following turn. Let's have Ultra Ball, but it's going to be the pass. Genesect in the hand there for Drew. Thinking about using Artisan before cycling with the Lunatone. Goes into the Artisan, immediately fails though. Wants to keep the bench space open. Yeah, I assume you're just looking for the Soul Rock KO on the active here. As the secret box, I mean, that can get you the air balloon to move into the active, or you could just go Golden Go KO. Actually, Golden Go KO active is fine, right? Oh, well, no, you could get Chi-Yu'd. Are you that scared of Chi-Yu here? Like, are you actually going to get Chi-Yu'd here? You really want to commit the secret box just to move your active? You got some dead cards in the hand. Here comes a Vessel. Is it double Lavencia here from Drew, or is it just one? Five cards in hand, I would definitely respect the Chi-Yu. Well, it depends how costly it is, right? Like, if Ojvind has to go Candy Charizard and then retreat to the Chi-Yu's not that scary, right? Because then all the energy's on the Chi-Yu. Oh, true. The Charmander has free retreat. I was like, I don't know if it's that scary, but yeah, the free retreat Charmander goes crazy here. Ooh, does Drew have Boss KO Fez? I feel like Boss KO Fez would be pretty good here if it's available. The secret box is being committed. Oh, true. The Artisan is also still in play. I actually overlooked that as well. I was like, we have to find the Chi-Yu. Ooh. Giving up a boss? Ooh. We're not playing a boss this turn then, right? Or are we? Hero. Oh, Arvin. Yeah. So we're just going to go with the Soul Rock KO here. Okay. It doesn't feel terrible. I mean, it always feels bad to give up a boss, but if we're not playing a boss this turn, it doesn't feel as bad. So similar opening here from Drew. Just KO one prizer with the Soul Rock. No Golden Goes in play. $21 left. There's not that much time for game 3 right now. But like I said, a tie here isn't terrible. Like, I'm sure Ojvind is trying to, like, this is a favorable matchup for Ojvind, so I'm sure Ojvind is trying to win the game. Like, wants to have enough time for a third game for sure. Gotta maximize. All right, there's the KO. Ojvind counter catcher off the top. Ultra Ball away, counter catcher, and Pidgeot. Line up a Charmeleon. Could evolve the bench one to Charmeleon. The active one still could become Candy Charizard combo. Then Artisan to get the Chi-Yu. The options are there. So Ojvind's playing a 1-1 split of the tanky Charmeleons. No 90 HP Charmeleon. And give me 1 second. All right, Duskull's in play. We got Boss. We got Golden Go. I mean, Boss KO Duskull looks pretty good here. Me. Ojvind's down 2 Iono, so you're not going to get Iono'd again, right? What is Drew cooking so hard here? Isn't it? Is it not just Boss KO Duskull? Dude, Drew is in the tank. Or is it ever just KO the Charmander here? Is that what he's thinking about? Save the boss. Okay, he's going to conserve the boss, take the knock on the active. GU push from Ojvind. No 2 prizes in play currently, and 2 Ionos down. I wouldn't be surprised if Ojvind only plays 2 Iono. We have our Charizard now, finally. Searching out some energies. 2 to the GU, 1 to the Charizard. Does Drew play Premium Power Pro? I don't think so, no. Artisan as well to get the Pidgey. Still looking pretty good here for Drew, though. Next turn, Drew can go... Well, hang on, let's see. Yeah, next turn, Drew can just go Gus KO Fez, right? If we can't KO the active Charizard. But KO active... Or, excuse me. There's no active Charizard. Gus KO Fez or Gus KO Charizard. I think is what I meant to say. Also, I guess Drew could just, like, find another Soul Rock and just boss KO this turn, right? We didn't boss last turn. We were content with just the KO on the active. And now this turn we could go, like, boss KO Duskull. Well, now it's a Dusclops. Boss KO Pidgey. And then we go into Golden Ghost on the next turn. I wonder... I mean, I would bet Ojvind only plays 2 Iono. The question would be, does Drew know that? And is Drew going to play into that? Being like, you can't disrupt my hand anymore. So I can just play through my hand for the rest of the game. Like, that knowledge is a pretty big deal. Look at this Arvin here. I don't see another Iono. It could be prized for Ojvind, but my guess would be that Ojvind is out of Ionos here. Has Drew picked up on that and is going to play towards that as well? Because I feel like if you know that as Drew here, you can play this, like, super slowly. And just, like, go for another Soul Rock KO or something like that. Could get more aggressive as well. You have that kind of flexibility right now as Drew. If you make that analysis, if you make that read. Fire off the prize cards here. Massive card for Ojvind. Miguel gets pushed. Okay, I think with that push here from Drew, Drew is going to get aggressive with the Golden Ghost. Where's the urgency? I mean, there's a little bit of lack. There's a little bit of a lack of urgency here for sure. Okay, all right. If there's no Iono left from Ojvind, once the Golden Ghost hit the field, I would just concede, I think. Right? As Ojvind here, you just pack it up. You can't win. Does Ojvind play Turo? Even with Turo, is there a chance? Maybe with Turo, there's a chance here. No, is there? If Drew goes KO Fez, could you go Turo, Charizard, Counter Catcher, KO Golden Go? Well, no. KO Golden Go with Chi-Yu. I'm trying to, like, come up with a line here. Let's say we have Turo. Say if Fez gets KO'd. Turo, Charizard. Chi-Yu knockout. Drew, but then Drew can go knockout, go down to 1. So there's just no line here. I think Ojvind should just concede. As long as you don't have another Iono. If Ojvind actually has another Iono, but I don't think there is one, then you could stick it out. Like, even at this point, I think you know the knockout's guaranteed. I would pack it up if I was Ojvind here. Maybe he's just going to wait to see the KO on the Pheasantipity happen. Maybe you do wait for that. Because if it doesn't exist, then I guess, I don't know. Maybe, yeah, if the KO doesn't exist, maybe it's fine to stick it out, obviously. You mean, give her that basket. What the heck? We're not going on a picnic. Come on, urgency. We need the urgency to kick in right now. Ojvind probably knows that this matchup is too bad and wants to tie. This matchup is favorable for Ojvind. Since they're 8-0, aren't they fine with a tie? Not really. Well, so it doesn't hurt them to tie, but when you're trying to like, when you're thinking about a tournament in terms of like maximizing your odds of succeeding in the tournament, you don't want to tie into a favorable matchup. You want to tie into an unfavorable matchup or a 50-50. Ideally an unfavorable matchup. So this matchup is favored for Ojvind. So Ojvind wants to maximize the chance of winning this matchup and tie somewhere else. Because in other matchups, you're going to be like unfavored going into game 3. You'd rather tie that game. But going to game 3 of this game, oh, did we see the Turo happen here? Turo plus knockout. It doesn't do anything though. You still just lose. There's no Iono. No, Ojvind needs to concede. Yeah, Ojvind needs to concede. Now, for Drew here, Drew is of the two players that like... Wait, okay, Ojvind picked it up. Okay, cool. Yeah, Drew here is the one who's okay with a tie. Briar, no? No, because Drew's going to go down to 1 prize card here. Yeah, Ojvind should have conceded sooner. Ojvind should have conceded as soon as Drew started popping off on the last turn. Just pack it up in the middle of the turn. Be like, nah, he's got it. Well, maybe you wait for the boss. You make him show you the boss, I guess, at least. That's the one thing you could wait for. But I'm glad to see Ojvind concede. Well, Ojvind should have... Yeah, Ojvind conceded late, for sure. He should have conceded immediately when the boss happened on the Fez, because there's no win condition at that point. No Ionos left. You're done. Ojvind could have pulled Iono prizes. No, he was out. He was out. There's none left. Ojvind did have a third Iono in prizes. Maybe waiting to see if he could have... Oh, wait. He actually did have a third Iono? Oh, okay. My bad. He actually had one. Okay. So I guess as soon as he didn't pull it there, you pack it up. Okay, okay. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I just assumed he only played 2 and he was out. But if he had a third, then yeah, him sticking it out to find the third Iono is fine. But then he conceded once he didn't have it. Makes sense. All right, so a timely concession from Ojvind. I would still like to see a little bit more urgency on... I would have liked to have seen more urgency on Ojvind's side of the field. Even Drew... no, Drew was playing pretty quickly. Maybe just Ojvind's side. All right, here we go. Ojvind does get to go second now. Double gimmies. Double Poffin for Ojvind, but that's like less relevant. It just depends on what the setup looks like. If you play Lily here, you could be struggling. Genesect start here for Drew is not good. Might see Drew take a more aggressive route in this one. We'll see. Double gimme goal prized is suboptimal for sure. Maybe you just want to see if they Iono off the prizes. No. Yeah. That's what he was looking for sure. That's what he was checking for. And that's fair. I thought he didn't have a Iono to get. I didn't think there was an Iono prized. So I was like, there's no point in him hanging around. But up until the point where the prize cards didn't matter anymore, then it was correct, yeah. I think League Headquarters Stadium could be good in this meta. Probably not. There's like no basic attackers right now, right? They're like, nah, it doesn't seem very good. Ooh, no basics turn 1 here from Drew. Not good. Not gonna be able to get as aggressive as you want. You are just a top deck away from the Arvin leading to a Soul Rock attack, though. All right, over to Ojvind. Briar's not great, but we have Arvin. And honestly, the Arvin was initially looking a little weak here for Ojvind. But when there's no threat for your Odo or your Zard, it's pretty strong, so... Ooh, we're going Secret Box route, actually. I assume Ojvind plays to TM Evo, right? We're definitely TM Evo in here. Giving up a Charmeleon and a counter catcher. Definitely seems like he thinks he's going to be the aggressor here. Give that up. Yep, second TM Evo getting searched out. I wonder what's the third basic that he wants. Oh, I guess getting the Lily for the follow-up support is also really nice from the Secret Box as well. That's probably the bigger deal, to be honest. I almost want to see Ojvind go like double Duskull here if it's not prized. Like get down Duskull for the possibility of Dusclops or Candy Dusknoir. So get like Charmeleon plus Pidgeotto. And then Artisan for second Duskull if it's not prized. Giving the op, Artisan feels bad. I don't know if you're that concerned about it. I mean, Drew had a really slow start, but you probably know Drew has something in the hand. And I'm just going to go check the prize cards. Yes, second Duskull is available. Oh, he didn't actually give it to him. Okay. So he did play. He is playing around that. not giving Drew access to the Artisan. He just took it, but he's not using it. I thought we were going to use it. Oh, well, that's what I was initially thinking when he would like went for the secret box over just going for a Poffin. But the real value of going for the secret box over just a Poffin is getting the Lily for next turn, to be honest. So that makes sense. Okay, secret box and Vitality Band being searched out here from Drew. I mean, I think you have to go all in here as Drew for... yeah, with the counter catcher discarded as well from Ojvind, I think Drew should try and reach for the KO on the Duskull. So we should go secret box for Artisan Nest Ball and then try and cycle into a Nest Ball or a Buddy Poffin here as Drew. Drew's giving it a thought. Does this look like a tie? No, it's still very winnable. It just depends on the pace of the play from the players. I mean, neither of them are playing too slowly, but we'll see how badly they want to win this by how fast they play. Thinking about discarding the boss here. Does give up a boss. Also goes with the Vitality Band, but that's probably not a big deal. Yeah, is going the route... Oh, Fighting Gong makes more sense than Nest Ball, yeah. Is going the route of Soul Rock plus Lunatone. And then hoping to draw into some outs to the Gimme Ghouls. Off the Lunar Cycle. We're looking for a Buddy Poffin off this Lunar Cycle here. This is it. This is a big one. Can we find a Buddy Poffin? Or it has to be Buddy Poffin or double Gimme Ghoul. Ooh. Air Balloon. Do you even attack? What if you just went Genesect Pass? Just leave the Genesect in the active. Attacking here is so bad without backup Gimme Ghouls. I think Drew's even regretting retreating, but he's already initiated the retreat, so he's got to commit something up. You can still not attack. You don't have to attack, but now that we're here... I mean, I don't know why we were... Well, no, I don't know why we retreated if we're not going to attack, but I think it was a mistake to retreat. I think leaving the Genesect active was probably better. All right. There's the pass. Or even with the Candy top deck, you could get Candy Dusknoir here and really start to get aggressive. I think that's what we're going to see here from Ojvind. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's just going to be Ultra Ball for Charizard. I thought we were going to see the Ultra Ball for the Dusknoir, Candy out the Dusknoir. Okay, no, that is what we're going to see. Okay, that's what I like to see. Ojvind doesn't need to pick up the pace of play, though, if he wants to try and finish this match. I mean, he's in a commanding position right now. There's only 6 minutes left, though. He's very well positioned to win this one, but he has to pick up the pace of play. Lining up another Duskull, I like that. More aggressive routes later on. Actually, I kind of don't like the Duskull here, I guess. It's like, okay. Commit to the quick search before. I guess we're just going to get the Charizard here off the rip. That's fine, I guess. I mean, prefer to draw into the Charizard, but this does thin 3 cards out of the deck before you commit to the Lily, so it's like whatever. I'm actually not a huge fan of the Artisan use there. I mean, I guess it's fine. You have so much time. You have so much time to find another Charmander. Yo, Drew with the sneaky time waster. The high 5 off the Lily for the fresh 8. No, I'm joking. It's a joke. It's a meme. Or is it? There's the Poffin. Charmander number 2 on the way. Come on. We need some urgency here. Faster. You gotta go faster. Pop on the Lunatone. Oh, yeah. I guess you don't want to pop it on the active because then you just push up the Genesect. And then Charizard KO. Okay. 2 prize cards drawn. I don't think there's going to be enough time. I think it's going to tie. I think it's going to be a tie here. Why would they high 5? People do a thing where, like, when you play research, if you have a 0 card hand and you play research, you high 5 your opponent. I actually don't know why. People do it with research. So that's like the same thing. I actually don't know why people do it though. Good sportsmanship? How is that in any way good sportsmanship though? Should I high five my opponent when they draw boss off the top deck? Like, what are we doing? Oh, sick top deck, man. You really got me with that one. I have game in hand. You got the Iona to 1? Bro, let's get it. That's what I'm talking about. Iona me to 1. I hope I whiff, man. All right, let's get it. Shuffle up. It's called being a good sport. Well, no, I don't know if there's like a meme behind it or something. I never understood why. Because you did a good job. Cleared all the cards first. True, true. Efficiency. Azul hates fun, bro. Just show you have 0 cards in hand. Oh. Wait, isn't that like a thing like in the like back in the day? Like somehow you would somehow show like you don't have a weapon on you. It's unethical to turn down the high five if your opponent initiates. I've turned down the high five before. I'm unarmed. Back in the day? Yeah, like in the, I don't know, like in the old Western or something like that. We'll bring the positivity back to the game. Nah. You ain't catch it. You ain't gonna catch a high five from me. Shows you were unarmed in the West by hitting them with the high five. I lick my palm and then offer the high five. How about a low one? What if you hit him with a too slow? How do we feel about that? What if you hit your opponent with a too slow after they research with a 0 card hand? Is that unsportsmanlike? Is that like BM? Suboptimal. All right, plenty of 2 prizes in play here for Drew. Yeah, Drew's just kind of going through the motions here. No potential for a KO. Except on the Charmander, I guess. I don't know. I think Drew has maybe played a supporter, though. I mean, Solrock, KO, the Duskull, or the Charmander would be a play. It's going to be run to gimme. To minor errand running? Oh, we don't even have 2 gimme ghouls here. Super coming in from Ojvind. It feels like Drew's just kind of given up on this game, to be honest. Oh, is Ojvind cooking like that? Yo, chill. Oh, my gosh. He's not messing around. Knockout. 1 minute left. That's it. Ojvind wins. Dude, he's wasting no time. Oh, he's on the bottom of his deck there. Get him, Drew. Get him. Gotta be something, right? In the rules, it says you're not supposed to see the bottom your cards as you go to shuffle. Urgency at play. And there's a concession. Ojvind gets the 2-1. Like to see the urgency. Like to see the concede from Ojvind in game 2. Like to see the urgency at the end there as well. Both players. I mean, Ojvind could have been playing a little bit faster, but he got there with the time that was available. He got there. He got the dub.